Hey cadets, Jempathy here, and we're on another episode of Fallout 4. We've just learned a big spoiler, which is... I'll give you a second to click out if you haven't seen it, but this is not Sean. This is Sean. He's grown up to be an old man. And the kicker is... he owns the Institute. Let's see what our objective says, because this is kind of crazy. They're kind of, I don't know, they're sheltering themselves from the outside world. They don't really care about the outside world or the people in it. Can I go back the way I came?
Almost done. Just need to tighten up this primary drive servo.
That's the third primary drive breakdown this month.
They don't care about the lives that they're affecting, so...
Is it true Food Supplement 77 has been discontinued?
That is correct.
That was my favorite one. Can't we keep it?
Hey, it's me. So you're the one who sent the encrypted message.
Yeah, I guess it is a
How did
guy.
you even do that? I wasn't sure anyone on the surface would have a chance to crack Trinity. You know, the encryption algorithm.
77.
We're in the closet right now.
That supplement is no longer available.
Useless machine.
Should we trust him?
Trinity. What's that?
Trinity is an encryption system with a cipher, or key cut up into many pieces. You need several pieces in the correct order to unlock it. I put a Trinity piece with every synth I helped escape. It was a long shot, but I was hoping some good Samaritan would connect it all together.
Who are you?
I'm Liam Benet. My father runs synth development, and everyone knows who you are.
I'm not sure I should trust you.
You're worried about me? If the SRB cracked Trinity, man, your message was only one word. Friend. What did you mean by that?
I don't know.
The railroad sent me to look for someone they call Patriot. That's you.
What? The railroad? As in the railroad? And they gave me a code name too? I kept sending synths to the surface hoping someone would help them. I hoped the railroad got to some of them, but I never knew for certain.
Oh, does that explain Nick? These options are so inconsistent.
Why are you helping synths?
At first, I just wanted to see if I could get away with it. It was a challenge, you know? But then I realized the synths are really just like us, except without any freedom. I decided to help the ones that wanted to escape so they can have a better life.
How did you help the synths escape?
Through hacking. The departments focus their best talents on hard science. Why waste time on terminal security, right? The SRB is the exception, and unfortunately, they control which synths go to the surface. But a forged work order from, let's say, bioscience can get a hand-picked synth on surface detail. And it turns out the railroad was waiting for them. Wow.
Okay,
You
we're
saved a
investing
lot
in
of
this.
synths.
So much to take in. But wait,
I just
with
kinda
you in the
trust him.
picture, I have this idea to rescue a lot of synths at once. But we'll need help. Where's he working now? Right. Let's go to the West Atrium. Probably best to talk about something else right now. You know my father thinks it's a living hell on the surface. But that can't be right. Heck, you look positively normal to me. No offense.
Sean is
I'm
the
not sure if
father.
we could ever make the surface actually a decent place to live. But that doesn't mean we shouldn't at least try to help, you know?
That means he might be lying to these people, trying to make them think that it's worse out there than it really is. I don't get how he got like that though. Like he just came down here and his superiors just promoted them and died and then he took over? I don't get it. Guess they were following him right
C-114,
now.
it's me.
Sir, do you require something?
It's okay, Z1. She's a friend. She's with the railroad.
Meeting here is dangerous. And you bring a stranger. You. How do I know we can trust you?
It's a two-way street.
Excuse me. I must focus on my duties.
She's not from here. She's been helping our synths escape on the surface. It's safe.
If you insist we speak in front of her, do so quickly.
Right now, how many synths want to escape, C1?
The ones I know for certain, 13.
That'll take forever. Let's free those 13 all in one go.
I would
Plus
do
he's
anything for my
enslaving
people.
synths.
But how do we get them to the teleporter? It's no good. The old maintenance tunnels that lead there are always sealed.
It's a good thing we
By the
agreed with
SRB.
Sean, though. 'Cause then we
If
wouldn't be
I
able
can
to
find
do
a way
this.
to open those doors, could you get your synths to the teleporter room?
Yes. We'll talk later. Someplace more secure.
Just a few high security doors, right? Controlled by cutting edge SRB security tech. Yeah. A head-on hack is the sucker play. So we go at them sideways. You're willing to help, right? I can't do this alone.
Of course I'll help you.
Our core security architecture hasn't fundamentally changed from the old CIT days. The original security program was called Code Defender. Revolutionary stuff. We still have terminals running version 1, mothballed in storage. With some persuasion, I can get an old terminal to interface with the new security terminals. Enough to open doors, at least. Problem is, I can't even crack version 1.
More wacky
So
science I
I need a
don't
good old-fashioned
understand.
username and a password. And that's nowhere to be found in the Institute. But if you could get me a pre-war admin password from the surface, I could log right in.
Where would I find that?
Unfortunately, I don't know. The obvious place won't work. The CIT ruins were picked clean years ago, but some of the admins had to live off campus. Ask your friends in the railroad. I need those login credentials.
Okay, so we could just... This is really cool. Go to and fro from the Institute to the railroad. I thought that was a one-time teleportation thing. Can't go back.
It's an honor to have you here, ma'am.
Robotics. Let's see what she says.
Good to see you.
Synth.
If you ask me, we're only scratching the surface with the latest synths.
But if the synths are not human and they don't want free will, then why do they lock them up?
Excuse me, Doctor?
Ah, it's you. You're here then. Yes, I know who you are. We all do. While I'm sure Father is very happy that you're here, I do hope it doesn't interrupt our work.
Okay.
Don't worry. I promise I won't get in your way.
Thank you, I do appreciate that. Oh, before I forget, let me see that Pip-Boy of yours. I've been told to install a Courser chip in it for you. Father's orders. You're to be given full access, with the ability to relay in and out of the Institute at will.
Oh. I wasn't able to leave anyway.
A Courser chip? What's it do?
The same thing it does for our coursers. Creates a link to the relay that allows them, and now you, to get in and out at will. In case the significance is lost on you, you'll be the only one here with that kind of access. If nothing else, it should demonstrate the amount of trust Father has placed in you. Now, unless there's something else, I really do need to get back to work.
Unless it's bugged or something.
I'd like a progress report on your division, if you don't mind.
Taking your new appointment in stride, I see. Very well. We've shifted resources off of other projects, like the Child Synth, to focus on Phase 3. I'm hoping that the above-ground efforts are successful. I understand those depend heavily on you.
Trying really hard to understand that.
Dr. Lee? Tell me about the people in your division.
I'm not sure what there is to say. Dr. Watson is the Specialist Project's lead scientist. He's, how to put it, very organized and precise. Dr. Ormond is one of the youngest scientists in the Institute, and she's something of a prodigy when it comes to physics.
He's a good kid, but I'd appreciate it if he didn't bother you.
Dr. Lee?
I know he said it wouldn't bother you too much, but I
Is
think...
everything okay, Dr. Lee? You seem pretty tense.
Yes, things are... It's fine. I'm sorry, I don't socialize much. I prefer to focus on my work.
Alright, well... Nobody else in here. Oh, what happened here? It's kind of strange that they just put us in charge. Well, basically. I already have an Institute pistol, so I don't need it. Right? Pretty sure. Okay. Never use them anyway.
One day, I'll design a more efficient reactor to replace that.
Excuse me, Doctor.
Since you're new here, you should take time to learn our safety procedures. And the sooner the better. Rules create order, and order promotes efficiency.
Sarkis.
You sound like my 5th grade math teacher. I hated that woman.
I doubt her rules were a matter of life and death. Fail to follow protocols in one of our labs, you could end up with a serious injury.
Moist light vent.
Or worse. I had some handbooks made up, but that was years ago. I'll see about getting one to you.
Sounds good.
Take care then.
He's funny, I like him. The way he just looked at us with googly eyes.
Close to 10 years old by now. It's remarkable that any child can survive for so long up there, don't you think?
I try not to think too much about it. We have more than enough to occupy ourselves here. And those people are the last remnants of a dying past. It's best not to dwell on the subject.
They're still people, and they're suffering. We can at least admit that it's regrettable. After all, how can we hope to redefine mankind if we can't even hold on to our own humanity?
Well,
and that's the problem with the cult mentality.
In the robotics division.
Yes, well, I suppose you're right.
Makes you ignorant.
Dr. Harlan's doing some amazing things with our genetically engineered crops.
Hi, Doc.
Welcome. So good to have you here. Dr. Clayton Holdren, head of the Bioscience Division. I can't wait for you to see the work we're doing. It's truly amazing.
I look forward to learning more about it.
In that case, let me give you a brief overview of what we do here. As the name implies, the Bioscience Division specializes in fields of study such as botany, genetics, and medicine. Our most important directive is to ensure the health and well-being of everyone in the Institute. To that end, we cultivate highly specialized breeds of flora for use in food and medicine. We've even started to explore the idea of synthetic animal life. You probably saw the gorillas. They're really just a pet project at this point, but the potential is exciting nonetheless.
Where are the gorillas?
Seems like there's nothing you guys can't do.
With hard work and ingenuity, any challenge can be overcome. I'm sure I've taken up enough of your time as it is, but I have to ask, have you decided whether you'll join us?
Not sure yet.
I'm not sure. Right now I'm just trying to keep an open mind.
It's a big decision, I know, but it's also a rare and important opportunity.
I wonder if you actually get the opportunity to join them.
In any case, I imagine you'll want to continue looking around. Or if you prefer, I'd be happy to answer any questions you might have.
Tell me more about those synth gorillas.
On the whole, I'd say they were a success. Their behavior does generally match what our historical data says it should be. Unfortunately, we had a few early setbacks.
Maybe we could go look at them and see about that for ourselves.
And they're quite strong. They destroyed 2 of their synth handlers. So now we keep them in an isolated habitat where they can be safely observed.
It'd be funny if they think that they got gorillas accurate, but then we go check them out and they got something like completely wrong about them. Oh, is this them here? Not the greatest environment. I think the gorillas are gonna acknowledge us here. I mean, yeah, they're doing great science work and stuff like that, but they're kind of throwing the rest of the world to the wind. They don't really care about them. So what, you're gonna rebuild society underground? Synth gorillas. They're robots. Very strange.
Constant vigilance is vital in preventing synth escapes.
I like their uniforms.
Hey, Doc.
So, here you are. Justin Ayo, Acting Director of the Synth Retention Bureau. I'll be upfront with you. We're going to be keeping a close eye on you for the near future. Despite your
Figured as
relation to
much.
Father, you're a bit of an unknown quantity. I'm sure you understand. There won't be any issues, will there?
No problems here.
Good to hear. Now, Father has asked that I provide you with a brief overview of the Synth Retention Bureau. Our primary responsibility is the recovery of escaped synths that are hiding among the human population on the surface.
Why would synths want to escape?
Synths do not want. They might look like human beings, but they're machines. As to why they're escaping, that matter is currently under investigation. Our main instrument is the Courser, a third-generation synth assigned to
Just
operate
ignore
on the
the obvious
surface.
reason.
Coursers hunt down and reclaim synths that have escaped the Institute. They are highly self-sufficient, trained in combat, infiltration, and tracking. In a word, our Coursers are relentless. But I gather you know all
Very
this,
Blade Runner.
since you've encountered one already. In fact, I'd very much like to know how you defeated it.
How did I defeat it? I used a lightsaber.
I guess I just got lucky.
That's hardly helpful. I suppose I'll have to ask robotics to perform detailed diagnostics on the entire production run. As if we don't have enough problems. Now, unless you need something else, I'll get back to work.
I get, just get as much information as I can. Acting head of SRB.
You mentioned that coursers undergo special training. Tell me more about it.
The SRB constantly monitors our Gen 3 synth population, looking for specific traits. Those who show tenacity, fearlessness, and independence undergo a rigorous training regimen. We teach them armed and unarmed combat, investigative techniques, psychology, and mechanical skills. Those who pass a final evaluation become coursers. The rest have their memories wiped and return to their former duties.
Justin?
What do you want? And please, make it quick.
Wow, everybody's got a problem here.
I'd like to know more about the synth reclamation process.
Fine. Once a Courser has located a rogue synth, it uses that synth's recall code to wipe its memories and render it inert. We then begin the delicate process of restoring the neural pathways to their original configuration. In those cases where the procedure is successful, the synth returns to duty with no memory of its time on the surface. All too often, we're unable to repair the damage and are forced to dispose of the unit entirely.
Okay.
Everyone's
Sounds
excited
like
about the new synth project.
somebody's got a case of denial.
I know it'll be a difficult adjustment for you, but try to remember that synths aren't people.
Not the first one to say that.
Carry on, ma'am.
Alright, we're done here. Got loads of ammunition. Pack full. Oh cool, a Courser uniform? I knew that was gonna happen.
Like any machine, a synth can malfunction. Just wish it didn't happen so
Wow, we made a mess. Oh well. Guess we could have put it in the lockers. That's just new normal. Throwing things that you don't need all over the floor. Got one more person to visit. If I can find them. Taking me all over the place for some reason.
Mankind redefined. It's catchy, isn't it? Father's a great man.
Oh, this is a
He must be very
cafeteria?
proud.
is some kind of lag. Oh no, look, we got ice cream, peanut butter, grease, fruit, broccoli, spinach, what? Protein, fiber, fat. They just put it in trays?
Hello. Please ensure that your dietary requirements are being filled.
Let's order something.
Hi.
The commissary is always open. Would you like some processed sustenance packets?
Processed.
What have you got?
I can offer a range of nutritious and great-tasting food supplements. Food Supplement 7 is very popular for its spicy flavor, and Food Supplement 91 is our newest offering.
I've got a few minutes to browse.
Bottled water. How much does this do? A packet. That's it. Or whatever.
Good to see
All they had is water. I thought he was gonna show us like the tube or something.
He's our creator.
Squirt it in the tray. Alright, we're on the higher floor somehow. These must be the living quarters. Even got art on the walls. Very interesting. Guess that's their view. It's so weird.
Scanning. Unknown identity.
Let's find this person. Oh, here they are. They're just walking around.
The Institute is my life. I hope it'll be yours too.
What are you gonna say?
Doc, they weren't kidding. You really are here. Well, all right. I'm Allie Fillmore. You can think of me as the Institute's chief engineer. When Father told us about you, I could hardly believe it. You've been through so much, I think most people would have just given up. If you don't mind my asking, what was it that kept you going all that time?
Maybe I should tell them avenging my husband. I think it makes more sense to say finding my son. Maybe they'll avenge my husband and stick it to them a
wanted
bit.
to find my son and keep him safe.
Now that you've found him, I hope you're proud of the great man he grew up to be. Now, I'll give you a quick rundown of the facilities division, and then I'll answer any questions you might have afterward. As you might guess, we keep the Institute's mechanical and electrical systems running smoothly. We maintain and upgrade all of the systems that make it possible to live and work in a place like this. There's a lot of machinery behind these walls that recycles the air and water and provides power to the laboratories and quarters. The work we do might not be as exciting as some of the other departments, but it's at least as important. So, now that you're here and you've spoken to Father, does that mean you're on board?
But it keeps asking me this.
On board with what?
The Institute, of course. Sean implied you operated on a level, if not equal, then at least similar to the rest of us. Curious. If there's anything else you'd like to know about the facilities division, I'm happy to discuss it.
I'm so sure about that.
Who built this place originally? Has it been here long?
The construction of the Institute is the work of generations of scientists. The original survivors of the war, our progenitors, took refuge in the basement of the old Commonwealth Institute of Technology. Over time, their sons and daughters dug deeper into the earth and built increasingly sophisticated habitats and laboratories. It's a process that's still going on today. Even now, we're digging out tunnels for new facilities and infrastructure. Just think what this place will look like 100 years from now. I hope I'm there to see it.
Hi. Isn't it wonderful here?
Good to see you.
Kid.
Hi there.
He's a synth.
My mommy says you're Father's mommy, but he looks so much older than you.
Dr. Watson can be a little obsessive when it comes to rules and policies.
Alright, so let's get out of here and tell them what we found. Alright, so it's a teleportation courser chip, so we should be able to just fast travel out. Let's To enter and exit the Institute, simply fast travel. As far as I can read that. Whew. Right next to Nick.
Hey, it's Fixer.
Fixer's back.
Yeah, I'm back.
There's more going on than you know. Trust me.
What's going on than you know?
See, Jazz, I told you the molecular stabilization matrix held.
Funny. You didn't sound certain yesterday. It is really, really good to see you. Did it work? Did you make it inside the Institute?
Oh boy.
The signal interceptor worked. I've been to the Institute and back again.
I almost
Drop
can't
bombs on
believe
them.
it. In Tom's holotape, did you make contact with Patriot?
I'm still on their side though.
I met Patriot. His name is Liam Benet.
I knew you'd get the job done. We need every scrap of intel you picked up in there. Write up a full report on Pam's terminal. After you're done, we'll analyze it and figure out the next step. Get to it.
Is that how they're gonna react to this?
Glad you're with us.
Got anything to say about that?
The census sweep says you're clean. Hooray! We're bug free.
So we gotta talk to Pam.
Confirmed. Agent Fixer has arrived. I have a mission for you. Without increasing efficiency of synth traffic flow, odds of entire organization being compromised
Yeah, we know.
increase daily.
Enter Institute. Thought it wasn't a certainty. Thankfully, the signal interceptor worked. When I materialized, I found myself in an empty room. This is us writing this. Z114 can get the 13 synths in place, but in order for them to make it to the teleporter, Patriot needs the username and password for V1 of CIT's Code Defender. End of report. Preliminary analysis of new data commencing. Analysis complete. Booting HM interface. Please consult with V8 Pam immediately, Agent. Thank you.
Pam.
Preliminary analysis complete.
Anything we need to move on?
Affirmative. Codename Patriot requires admin credentials for Code Defender security software. Cross-indexing CIT security administrators with 2077 Commonwealth Census records. Filtering by
We might have to talk to her again to tell her about our son.
Bergman, Wilfred. Bergman, Wilfred. Registered as co-owner of Cambridge Polymer Labs. Estimated 81% chance of login credentials being located at this facility.
I'll be going then.
After you get the password report back here. With any luck, we'll have a game plan by then.
I want to talk to her.
Desdemona.
It's not an easy road you've chosen, but you're never alone in this.
You got what it takes to go far with us. I can tell.
I guess I don't have that opportunity anymore. It's like we're actually going to take down the Institute after all. Take down our own son. Maybe he'll change his ways, who knows? I doubt it. He could be spying on us right now. Could have put something in the Courser chip. What do you want?
Welcome to the Cambridge Polymer Labs. Employment opportunities await in the field of scientific research. Shall we begin your application now?
Sure. I'm game.
Let's begin the interview. Due to increased demands for staff in all fields, we have condensed the employment test accordingly.
Should be
Question
good.
1. Do you possess previous experience with polymer synthesis?
Sounds like you need me regardless, so let's get down to brass tacks.
Calculating test results. I am pleased to offer you the position of lab assistant. Expect a bright future in observing test equipment. Would you like the orientation before beginning your work in the labs?
No, let's just move it along.
Due to staffing needs, we can forego the orientation at this time. Please follow me to the research lab so that you may begin your work. Complimentary beverages are provided for employees.
I wonder if we're going the right way at all here. Doesn't look like it.
Please label any food or cigarettes you leave in the break room. Please save all questions for after the tour of the facility.
Love it. Snook bullet in there? That's cool. Haven't had one of those in a while.
Here is your lab coat and clipboard. Please take a moment to dress in your proper work attire and follow me into the clean room.
Oh. So these things you gotta shoot in the head. Actually makes them a little easier if you think about it. Why they weren't dying before. Actually, I guess if they weren't going so slowly, it would be difficult.
What's that?
Why am I getting radiation? Oh, don't tell me this is blocked. Let's figure out where we're going here. Why is that not doing anything? Probably up on this floor. Oh, expert. Actually letting me try. I'm gonna get this. Likeness 1.
I'm in.
Oh wow. Didn't expect to get that. Oh. Tripwire. I want to explode, so what am I supposed to do? I could shoot it from this side. worked. I think that was a bottle cap mine. Cool. Battle music still playing. User Dr. Will Bergman signed it. Oh, there we go. Faster. From W. Bergman to Dean Vernon. I want it on record that I highly object to giving admin rights to anyone that isn't on our core team. Admin access isn't a bauble for Dr. Williams to lord over his colleagues. We have designed a nigh-perfect system, and idiotic moves like this risk everything. I've been informed that legally I must comply with this request no matter how moronic it is. Username T. Williams. Password Vernon is an idiot. Exclamation points, capital letters at the beginning of each thing. Interesting. Done here, I guess. I haven't seen anywhere to put my stuff so far. Kind of annoying. Something's coming our way here. Oh. Ollie went haywire.
Even break a sweat. Not that it's an option. We'll be taking that.
Big meeting time.
Half of you know this already, but something so big, I can't ask people to keep it secret any longer. The rumor is true. One of our agents has made it inside the Institute.
Is this what Tinker Tom was working on?
Yes, Tom's work is related, but the device and the assembly was the Wanderer's doing. After the device was assembled, she made it inside the Institute, and then back out.
Where is the Institute?
We're not sure exactly. Best guess is that it's somewhere under the old CIT, but they've been using a teleportation device to get in and out, so it could be anywhere.
What did she find out?
I know you all have questions, but I've said everything I'm going to. But know this, the ops you're planning and running now are the most important of our lives. We have a chance at rescuing more synths than we ever dreamed of, so get it done.
Diamond City is under opposition. Unless you need my medical expertise, please bother someone else.
Actually,
I need some supplies for the road.
I suppose I could spare some stim packs.
That's what I was gonna say exactly.
Keeps bugging me about.
Excellent work. On our side, we've gone through your report. It was extraordinary. So many pieces of the puzzle clicked into place. Our final analysis indicates the Institute is far more formidable than we ever feared or imagined. If we stage a mass breakout, Patriot's 13 synths will undoubtedly be the last we ever save. Instead, we use this one chance to rescue all the synths. Every last one of them.
Okay. That makes sense to me.
Is that even possible?
Hopefully, Patriot's core escape plan will scale up. If it can't, well, we'll deal with it as it comes. The Institute will never let their slaves go without a fight. So the heart of our problem is manpower. Even if we call in all our agents, and we will, we won't be able to hold our own against the Institute for long. Talk with C-114. If the synths down there want freedom, they must fight and risk their lives to earn it.
Well, that's the thing though. Do they want their freedom?
Even with synth allies, is that enough to fight the Institute?
The synths greatly outnumber the scientists. If enough of them rebel, the chaos would be unprecedented. Then we use that turmoil to evacuate everyone we can. It will work, because it must. As much as we owe Patriot, we can't be certain how committed he is. If he learns we're willing to kill to free synths, he may not have the stomach for it. So get what you need from him and then cut him loose. Good luck. We're all with you.
Alright, quite a number of things to do now.
There, the day the bombs fell.
They're talking to me before I even get there.
We must speak quickly. We cannot risk being discovered. I have made arrangements. I can get the 13 we discussed into position. But tell me, do you think Mr. Benet's plan will work?
None of these are yes.
A better plan is to use this opportunity to rescue everyone.
Alright.
But synths will have to fight for it.
And I thought Mr. Benet's plan was too ambitious. Of course, I'd fight for my freedom. And I know of a few others that might as well. But enough to face all the guards? Perhaps if we stand up openly to the scientists, more of my people would join us. Yes. Even if most don't join the fight, certainly there are many others who have been waiting their whole lives for this. But we should be prepared for some of the synths to fight against us.
All people want to be free. They just need the opportunity to take it.
If the railroad inspires everyone like you do, the SRB is wise to fear you. We will give my people an opportunity and they will flock to us. I admire Mr. Benet a great deal, but we can't tell him about this plan. It's his people we'll be fighting. I will talk to my friends. Meet me here tomorrow. If I don't make our appointment, assume the worst.
Alrighty. Gotta give him a whole day. What is the other thing we have to do?
Synth unit, you were scheduled for maintenance duty in SRB last night. Anything you'd like to report?
Nothing to report, sir. I carried out my duties, as usual.
Dr. Ao saw you accessing a terminal. You know you are not permitted to access terminals in that section. Is Dr. Ao mistaken?
Yes. I mean, no, he's not. But I was only...
What is it? Were you or weren't you accessing a terminal in SRB?
I was, but I swear it's not what it sounds like. I was cleaning the terminal and it switched on by mistake. I was just shutting it down.
Was that a stutter? Have you developed a defect, unit? Maybe you need to be reset.
Sir, I assure you that won't be necessary. It won't happen again.
See that it doesn't. You don't want me to tell you twice. Now get back to your duties.
There we go, the true colors come out.
You get me what we talked about, and I'm in business.
Liam, I got you your username and password.
You railroad guys really deliver, you know? Hooking that ancient tech up to the modern terminals is going to be seriously time-consuming, even with that password. So hand it over and I'll get started.
This is a delicate operation. Are you okay if we have to use violence?
Good question. If we find ourselves in that position, we pull the plug and wait for another opportunity. We can't risk anyone's life over this.
Oh, not okay with it.
Would it be possible to rescue more synths?
Those 13 synths are the only ones we're sure we can trust. If we push our luck and get the wrong synth involved, the whole thing could unravel.
Here you go.
Great. Listen, I need a favor. Z-114 is working the atrium again. Can you give him an update? It's safer if you do it.
Alright, so it looks like we're getting ready to rebel here. Next episode, it should be pretty exciting and eventful. So look forward to that. Thanks for watching. Leave a like if you're new here. Please consider subscribing. I'm looking forward to it. Got a lot more interesting in the plot. So have a good one, and I'll see you next time. Usual spot.